As the sun began to set on the small town of Willow Creek, a young woman named Lily sat on her front porch, lost in thought. She had just received a letter from her estranged father, inviting her to visit him in the city. Lily had always felt like an outsider in her small town, and the thought of a new adventure in the city excited her. However, she was also hesitant to leave her home and the familiar safety of her small town. As she pondered her decision, a handsome stranger walked by. His name was Jack, and he had just moved to Willow Creek to start a new job at the local bookstore. Lily had seen him around town and had always been intrigued by his mysterious demeanor. But she had never had the courage to approach him. To her surprise, Jack stopped in front of her porch and introduced himself. They struck up a conversation, and before they knew it, the sun had set and the stars had come out. As they talked, Lily couldn't help but feel a connection to Jack. He was kind, funny, and shared her love for books and adventure. As the weeks went by, Jack and Lily's friendship blossomed into a sweet romance. They spent their days exploring the town and their nights stargazing on Lily's porch. But as Lily's departure date to the city approached, she couldn't help but feel torn. She had grown to love Jack and didn't want to leave him behind. On the day of her departure, Jack surprised Lily by showing up at her doorstep with a bouquet of flowers. He confessed his love for her and asked her to stay in Willow Creek with him. Lily was overjoyed and knew in her heart that she had found her true home and love in this small town. She tore up the letter from her father and decided to stay in Willow Creek with Jack. They spent the rest of their days together, living out their own love story in the small town that had brought them together. As the days turned into weeks, Lily and Jack's love for each other grew stronger. They became inseparable, exploring every corner of Willow Creek together. They discovered hidden waterfalls, had picnics by the river, and danced under the stars in the town square. One day, while exploring an old abandoned house on the outskirts of town, Lily found a dusty old journal. Intrigued, she started reading and discovered that the journal belonged to a young woman who had lived in Willow Creek over 100 years ago. The woman had also fallen in love with a man from town, but their love had been forbidden by their families. Inspired by the story in the journal, Lily and Jack decided to learn more about the town's history. They spent hours in the town library, poring over old books and newspapers, uncovering the town's secrets and legends. They discovered that the abandoned house was once owned by the ancestors of the town's founding family, and that the young couple from the journal had eventually been able to be together, despite the odds. Moved by the story, Lily and Jack decided to restore the old house and turn it into a museum, dedicated to preserving the town's history. The town rallied behind them, and soon the old house was transformed into a beautiful museum, attracting visitors from all over. As Lily and Jack stood in front of the newly opened museum, holding hands and looking out at the town they loved, Lily knew that she had made the right choice in staying in Willow Creek. She had found not only love, but a sense of purpose and belonging in this small town, and she knew that her story was just beginning.
Thank you for joining us on this beautiful journey. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe for more heartwarming tales.